everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nidhi and you are watching our FAQ Sunday interview tips. And in today's video, we will be talking about an important question that a lot of you ask me all the time, which is, as an introvert, how can I ace my interview? But before we go ahead, just a quick run through. This is a series that I'm doing where I'll be making a weekly video based on the questions that you would ask me. So go ahead and ask me your questions on the website. When you go to my website, on the main page itself, the homepage itself, there is a column that says Ask Nidhi. You can go ahead and submit your questions based on the categories. We take questions based on CV, personality, communications, Q&A, skincare, all the burning questions that you have. Now, we all know interviews can be very, very stressful. However, is it true that as an introvert, you will face additional challenges? Is it true that the interviewers favor extroverts because they're outgoing, they have a warm personality, and they can interact comfortably? Well, before I answer any of those questions, let's find out what an introvert personality is all about. And even if you're not an introvert, please go ahead and watch this video right till the end, because I will be sharing a lot of valuable information and tips that will be definitely helpful for you if you are preparing for an upcoming interview. Now, we all know whenever we hear the word introvert, the first thing that comes to our mind is that people who are introverted are really, really shy, or these kind of people run away from all human interaction that's possible. But trust me, people, if you are an introverted personality, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to relate to what I'm about to say next. And there is a lot more that these people can offer. So let's find out, what are the signs to identify if you are an introverted personality? Sign number one. Well, as much as extroverts get a lot of energy when they are in social situations, introverts feel that their energy will be drained if they interact too much, or they'll be involved very heavily in social situations. And that's why you would notice that a lot of introverts actually don't really interact a lot when it comes to parties and gatherings. But does that mean that these people actually don't enjoy social gatherings? Trust me, they do. They have a close group of friends. That is where they like to have deep, meaningful conversations. Trust me, all introverts are not shy. Sign number two. Well, yes, introverts are known for spending time alone when it comes to doing their hobbies or, indulging in things that they really, really like. But again, an average introvert does involve in doing activities or, does get involved with doing things with other people. The only thing is, when they're actually done with all these activities, they do want to come home and be by themselves to actually reflect and recharge. Sign number three. Yes, introverts can be shy, obviously not all of them, but at the same time, their shyness cannot be taken for being timid. Introverts just simply do not want to invest their time and energy in needless chit-chatting. They're very, very careful with their words. They're very careful with how do they actually spend their energy. What do they spend their energy on? And that is why when they actually do not talk a lot, people think that they're shy, but it's just that they're choosing their words and they're timing very, very wisely. Well, yes. Introverts can be very, very overwhelmed if you involve them in a lot of activities throughout the day, and you would also notice that after a while they would actually lose their focus. However, the good thing is they're very, very self-aware, and they are, this personality trait in particular learns from observing people. Unlike extroverts, they don't have to actually do everything hands-on. They can just learn by observing and watching people. And that brings us to sign number 5. Yes, of course. Introverts are very detail-oriented, they're very creative, they're very thoughtful, and trust me, they can work both independently and collaboratively with people around them. But at the same time, this personality trait does face a challenge when they're put in a spot, or if they have to really do a lot of small talk or do self-promotion at the same time. And that is why today I want to share 5 tips with you which will definitely help you, especially if you are an introvert, to ace that interview. But as I said, do go ahead and listen to these 5 tips, because regardless of whether you're an introvert or an extrovert, trust me, these tips are going to be very, very helpful for your interview. Tip number 1, do your research. Yes, I say this all the time, don't I? Go ahead and find out what exactly do you need to know about the company that you're applying for. And this research just doesn't include knowing everything that you need to know about the company, but also the people. And that's really, really important. Well, go ahead and find out who's in the HR team, who's in the management team. Try and connect with them on a professional network like LinkedIn. And if you do not know how to do this, we are going to launch a course very, very soon. So keep a lookout for it on our website, where we will teach you how to do the professional networking on LinkedIn so you can connect with people even before you meet them in the interview room. Tip number 2, practice for typical questions. Yes, for all you introverts out there, in fact, a lot of you out there, I would say, if you are, given a question that you've never really prepared for, yes, it is a little bit daunting to answer that question on the fly. And that is why I always talk about preparation is so, so important. Practicing is really, really important. But of course, at the same time, practicing with the right feedback is really, really important as well. And that is why we have a course on our website, which we call Airflix, where we give you a question every week, and you make a video and you put up that video on our Facebook group, and you will get a direct feedback from me on your verbal and your non-verbals. And at the same time, you also get to practice on the video aspect of the entire interview. And that will definitely prepare you to be able to answer these questions and make you more confident. Tip number 3, prepare for small talk. Remember, first impressions is really, really important, but at the same time, last impressions also are really, really important. So even before you actually start answering those questions, it's really important to build rapport with your interviewers. When you see your interviewers, rather than straight away jumping into that question answer session, prepare for those upbeat conversations that might involve praising the company a little bit, or for that matter of fact, you even praise your interviewer or compliment your interviewer. And all this would actually allow you to break the ice, because especially as an introvert, it is a little bit difficult to do this. Again, that is something that we do in our coaching. We actually put you through a lot of rigorous practice sessions, and that is where you will actually develop a habit of doing this. Even if you're an introvert, you will actually get into a habit of doing this whenever you are in that interview room, and that will be very, very helpful. Tip number 4, ask questions. Interviewers are the one who actually ask questions, but trust me, especially at the end of the interviewers will give you an opportunity to ask questions. They would ask you, do you have any questions? In fact, the recent Qatar Airways interview, I would not say recent, but the Qatar Airways interview that involved a video interview just before pandemic hit, they had a question in their video interview which said, do you want to ask any questions? When this question is asked, it's basically to see whether you will be able to engage in some sort of conversation. So this is the chance that they're giving you to see if you can engage in a conversation. They want to see whether you're excited, enthusiastic about the job and things like that. And tip number 5, sell your introvert qualities. Yes, of course. Introverts also have a lot of qualities, as I was just talking about it. They're creative, they're thoughtful, they're detail-oriented, they're self-aware, they're very observant. So when you are actually engaging in a conversation, and especially when you're answering questions, use the opportunities that you get whenever an interviewer is asking you questions like tell us about your work experience, or if they're asking like a competency-based question. Go ahead and use all these qualities in your answer by sharing a story or by sharing an experience, to be able to highlight all these things that are positive about you. And that is how you'll be able to make that great impression, even if you're an introvert, because at the end of the day, the interviewers are going to hire you for your skills and not just because you don't have an extroverted personality trait. So yes, of course, at the end of the day, regardless of whether you're an introvert or you are an extrovert, trust me, you can go ahead and shine in your interview, provided you actually focus on the tips that I have shared with you. So this brings us to the end of the video, and I really hope you find some value in this. And if you do, please go ahead and like the video, go ahead and comment, and at the same time, do share it so other people can be benefited from it. And of course, if you still haven't subscribed to my channel, go ahead and do that right now and press that notification bell so that you can be updated when the next video comes out. And at the same time, do continue to submit your questions on our website, Ask Nidhi, where I'll be picking all these questions and actually converting them into a video, which is going to be a huge value add to all of you, especially if you're preparing for your interview. And of course, at the same time, if you're a fresher or an experienced person who is preparing for an interview, do join us for our regular webinars. There's one happening very, very soon. All the details are also on our website. Once you become part of our newsletter, we will send you all the information of our upcoming videos, of our upcoming webinars, and also all the relevant information that you need to know to be successful in your upcoming interviews. So once again, thank you very much for watching, and all of you out there, stay pretty, stay handsome, and above all, stay safe. Love you guys. Bye.